Hey everyone, you're listening to On My Watch List, the show where we talk about TV and film. I'm Colette.
And I'm Sarah. We're going to tell you what we are watching and what we think you should be watching. Hey guys, we are back.
We're back.
On My Watch List podcast. We have had a very busy past couple months. So we had to take a little break.
Yeah, and Sarah had some real big life changes happening.
I did. I moved. I got a new job and I moved to Los Angeles. So
living the dream.
I'm living the dream. I got a really great job at an entertainment news company, which I'll probably say at some point, but it's really exciting. I basically am getting surrounded by TV and movie news all day, and it's just like it's a dream come true. I work on a studio lot, which is like nothing I've ever done before. It's so crazy. It's like that studio life, I guess.
How is it walking into work like on a studio?
So
it has to feel so cool.
It does really feels really cool. So there's a parking garage, and in the parking garage you'll see like nameplates for people that you know.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so on this studio lot there's a talk show, so very famous talk show hosts, you'll see like their nameplate and you're like, that's so cool. And then there's a show there that I really like to watch that is filming in production there, and so they have like temporary nameplates, and like the writers that I know, I see I haven't run into anyone,
you will eventually,
but I see like their names and stuff. And the cool thing I texted you about this last week is a Marvel film was doing reshoots on the studio lot right next to in a studio right next to where we go weekly to get COVID tests. So a Marvel movie was shooting there, super low key. They had like a fake name for it, but we knew what it was.
So cool.
It was really cool. I didn't see anybody, but it's still really cool knowing that it's happening.
You knew
right
for
there.
Sure it was a Marvel film.
Yeah, I knew which one it was. So we knew which star was on the lot.
So
their
cool.
Trailer was on the other side of the lot, and yeah, it's been really cool. It's been really fun. I've enjoyed it, and I've especially enjoyed doing the movie and TV news. So I'm hoping to bring some of that to the podcast. Yeah. So that's kind of what's been going on with me. And Colette, you've been working as a boss bitch, like working hard.
I've been working hard, just doing the daily grind. No big moves like you. Yours is awesome. Yeah. But hey, we are moving forward as to where we want to be, and hopefully we'll get there and we're just like, you know what? This is nice.
Yes, it is really nice. And I'm hoping, obviously the moves and changes can benefit this podcast as well. Sorry, speaking of the moving, you're going to hear my dogs in the background. I'm really sorry. I'm just not in the same setup as I was. In that time off that we've had, we have watched a lot of things.
Yes, we have.
And we're not going to talk about every single thing we've watched since our last podcast, because I can't even remember.
Yeah.
So we're just going to talk about recent stuff, which is great because there's so many great things out right now. So we got a lot to talk about. So Colette, why don't you kick us off? Why don't you give us a quick summary of what you are watching right now? And we're going to save some of the really big things for us to talk about together after this.
All right. Yeah. So first off, I, of course, watched Bridgerton like the rest of the world.
Oh, yeah, of course. I forgot to even put that on my list.
And I think the season was better than the first. I really do. I'm an Anthony fan now.
Yeah, I knew that Anthony was king from the first one.
But he kind of irked me a little bit.
Boys. Oh, well, yeah, he was a little
but like this season, there's just something about that man.
Exactly. Yeah. So
something about that man. I don't know what.
That's true. I thought it was a good season. It wasn't as spicy as the last season.
No, but that's why I liked it. It was more like tension.
That's why I didn't like it as much. There was a lot of tension. It was frustrating. It was very frustrating.
I like the slow burn.
Okay.
I think the slow burn was nice.
Okay.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I watched something that you told me to watch, which is Our Flag Means Death.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That just got picked up for a season 2.
I know. I'm so excited.
It's funny.
Love it. It's so funny. If you guys have not watched it yet, please watch it. It's on HBO Max.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It's not. If you've seen What We Do in the Shadows, it's basically that, just pirates.
It is. It really is.
It's just.
And
pirates.
I couldn't remember. You watched What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show. So funny.
Yeah.
Like that humor is hilarious and I love it. But
so funny to me. And I love
it was
Steve.
really good. Oh yeah. Aww. I love Rhys Darby, who's the actor who plays Steve.
Yes.
He played one of my favorite shows is Flight of the Conchords, and he plays Murray, their business manager. Oh, so funny.
I have not watched Flight of the Conchords. I have to add that one.
It's so old. It's also on HBO. But when you watch it, it's just like it's so old that it's still like
it's still in 4:3.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So you should watch it. It's really funny.
Oh man, yeah. And I blew through The Wilds.
Still haven't watched that one. I
still haven't watched it.
Haven't seen that one.
After this season, this is the second season.
How many? Okay, I was gonna say.
I fully believe The Wilds is better than Yellow Jackets because they both kind of have that same premise. But this show, there is something about it.
Okay, I'll put it on.
Good.
Yeah.
And I think it gives like my problem with Wild Jackets, really.
Lost Wild Jackets.
Yellow Jackets.
No, Lost Wild Jackets.
Lost Wild Jackets. Yeah, they're all the same.
What was your problem with it?
It's like there was like no payoff because there's just all the mystery. Like I felt like they were waiting to give you a good payoff in season 2, whereas the Wilds kind of never waited for a season 2. They gave you like enough to want you to keep going.
Okay.
But like at the end of this season, the way it ends, you're just like, I need season 3 right now.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like it gotta happen.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Outlander right now.
Oh,
that's happening.
That's okay. Wait, like the new season. Or
yeah.
I just started. That was okay. Don't give much away because I just started watching that series.
I will not say a word.
And I think I'm only like maybe halfway through season 2.
Oh, you're far. Okay.
I am far. There's been a lot to watch, but it's
a hard show to binge.
It really is. I mean, it's very up and down.
Yeah. There's
as far as
there are shows that are so easy to binge and like 10 hours will go by and you have no idea. But Outlander, an hour-long episode feels like 2.
Oh, it does. They get through so much in one episode.
Yeah, and it's like heavy stuff, but
it's always so heavy.
And I'm like, how many times do I have to go through this?
Yeah. I just fast forward through anything that's really, really heavy. I just fast forward.
Yeah. This newest season, I'm not as in love with.
Not digging it?
No, I'm not digging it as much.
Now, is this new season?
Oh God, what are they on right now? Is it
6? Maybe? Yeah. Because they there were some new pictures from season 7 that were just released recently.
Yeah. So this season, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to give it away. It's just like it just feels like it's dragging.
That's sad.
Yeah. I mean, there's stuff going on, but it's like, okay, people.
I think they're ending
How many
it after
times can we do
7,
the same
right?
storyline?
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah. But I mean, it's good. It's just, I could use a little oomph. And then other than that, I've been watching something that was much awaited for us, which is Banner of Heaven.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not going to come back on this podcast without talking about Andrew Garfield.
It's
so good. We're both
really good.
So the season finale premiered this week and we both are behind. So we're getting there.
We're getting there, but man, it's good.
It's really good. Super good. Emmy. I'm smelling an Emmy.
I think he's gonna get it. If he didn't get the Oscar, he's gonna get the Emmy.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So okay. Nice. Yeah. That's some good stuff.
That is some good stuff, right?
Yeah.
What have you been watching?
Let's see. Right now they have my only reality show that I really like is a show called Below Deck on Bravo. And right now they have different versions of it, kind of like Real Housewives. They have different versions. Right now they have 2 different ones going, and it's Below Deck Sailing, which is like they're on a yacht, but it's a sailboat. And so and then a new season, which started on Peacock, like the app only, is Below Deck Down Under, which is in Australia. It's so good, it's so juicy. It's fun. It's fun to be able to watch both different seasons.
I love a good trash TV show.
Yeah, I don't know how trashy it is, but it's really good. Also watching Outlander, and Banner of Heaven. I'm still watching Riverdale.
How are you doing it?
I don't know. This has been a struggle season. And of course they're like taking things, just this show, it's like one of those, if someone who's never watched it should watch the first episode and the latest episode and just see how like crazy bizarre it is. Yeah. So the last time I gave a Riverdale update, they were doing their 5 episode. It was like a special episode.
Oh yeah.
Where it was like multiverse Riverdale. If the best way I can explain it is that they're in a multiverse where like ghosts and witches and like all that kind of like ghouls and shit like that is real. And it was bizarre, but now they're back to the regular Riverdale reality, and everyone has superpowers now.
Superpowers on Riverdale.
So like Archie Andrews has he's super strength. He's like invincible.
Not surprising at all.
Betty Cooper can like see people's auras, and if they're a bad person or a threat, they like glow red to her. So like, yeah, it's weird.
So glow red sometimes. Controversial opinion.
I don't think she can see her own aura, but Jughead Jones he like went deaf, but he can like read people's minds. So it's like he can still communicate because he can hear what they're gonna say right before they say it. So but he can read minds. Veronica Lodge is like venomous, like her, like she like got like a Black Widow thing going on, right? Like people die if they like kiss her or whatever. I need to
start like watching this again.
Cheryl Blossom is has pyrokinesis.
Of course she does. Why wouldn't she?
Yeah. And so like right now this guy blew into town and is like trying to anyways I'm gonna get past that. Riverdale, it's an insane thing. I'm watching the show The Boys on Amazon Prime.
I still need to start that.
Like in general or season 3?
In general.
Oh yeah, this show season 3 is like already off to an insane start. Like this show is so just like
definitely not Marvel.
No, it's not. And it's just like they try to top themselves on shocking things that can happen in that show. So just prepare yourself if you decide to watch it. Let's see real quick. I watched the show Candy on Hulu.
Oh, okay. The one with
Jessica Biel. Yeah, and she's a woman who murders her friend. Monica Lewinsky is in that from Yellow Jackets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty
good.
Aren't
they doing another one of that too? That Elizabeth Olsen's going to be.
Yes.
In?
Yes, that one. I can't remember what that one's called. I watched the show Angeline on Peacock. Yeah, it's about.
I wanted to see that.
With Emmy
Rossum. Okay.
It's really good. It's bizarre though, but if you know anything about the real person Angeline, she's weird. She's very weird. And so the show is weird. So kind of look up this woman before you watch it or you're going to be like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But I really liked it. I thought it was really good. Let me think. Okay, and then last, I'm in the process of watching The Secrets of Dumbledore. And I know it's a movie.
I can't believe you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I think it was in theaters when I was moving, so I just missed it.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay.
So now that it's streaming, I started watching it and then I stopped to go to bed, and then I it's just what happens.
I think it's the best one out of the Fantastic Beasts.
Really? Yeah. I haven't finished it yet. I thought the first one was really good. I liked it. So yeah, I like it so far, but
it's really good.
Obviously it's not holding my attention for me to stay awake long enough to finish it. But well,
I guess seeing in theaters maybe helped a little bit, but there once you get into the meat of it, like, yeah, there's some things that are like really nostalgic.
Yeah. I mean, I know they go back to Hogwarts and stuff like that, and I'm ready for that. I just haven't gone that far yet.
Yeah, it's really good once it gets there.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm gonna keep pushing on. And so yeah, that's what I got. I think I have one want to watch, and that's Downton Abbey: A New Era, which is also in theaters, and I haven't had a chance to watch. My mom wants me to wait for her.
Yeah, so I have not watched any of the Downton Abbeys. I still need to. You
should get into it. It's really good. Yep. Is there anything real quick before we take a quick break to get into our other big stuff? Is there anything you're wanting to watch?
I still need to watch The Adam Project on Netflix with Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. I've heard good things. I also still have not watched Nightmare Alley, and I keep seeing it, and I don't know why I haven't pressed play yet.
I don't remember if this happened the last time we talked, but I started that and got 30 seconds in and then decided to watch something else. Like, that's not even past the title, like the casting sequence.
You were like, I'm done.
And I'm gonna switch to something else. I was like, oh, this is on. And yeah, so there's
kind of tells you how we feel about that one right now.
Exactly. Okay, guys. Well, another thing, we both watched season 4 of Stranger Things. Yes. So we're gonna get into that because we got a lot to say about season 4 of Stranger Things. But first, we're going to take a quick break, and then we will be right back.
All right, welcome back. We are going to talk about Stranger Things.
Okay, real quick before that, I wanted to tell you, because we were talking about my apartment, I learned the coolest thing about this apartment. This apartment's only like 11 years old, 10 years old, might be a 10-year-old apartment. This apartment complex used to be the hospital that they shot Scrubs in.
Get out.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, I didn't know that until
what a full circle moment.
I know, it's so exciting. I was like geeking out when I found out, and it's like I'm pretty sure they demolished the whole hospital, but this is where it was. I live basically in the old Scrubs hospital.
Hospital. That's so cool.
I think it's super cool. It was also in the movie Crossroads with Britney Spears.
Yes,
it was the hospital with the
underrated movie, baby, by the way.
The movie's really good. So
I really love that movie.
Anyways, back to the TV show at hand, and that's the TV show everyone's talking about right now, and that is Stranger Things season 4. Oh my gosh. Did you finish it?
I finished it in one day.
Okay, it took me I did 3 days because I'm watching a lot of stuff. But oh my god, it's so good. It's the best season.
I think it's the best season.
It's the best season.
And it's so well written.
Yeah. I think all the connecting dots. I love when things do that. Have you went
back and watched the first episode of season 1 yet? Because knowing what you know now and watching that first episode, it's like mind-blowing.
No, I should do that.
Yeah, I've been doing it, and I watched season 1. And I'm like, they had to have planned this out. I think they did.
They did. I read an article that the Duffer Brothers, Netflix forced them to write this long, show doctrine or whatever of where they're wanting to go with this show and the lore of it.
Yeah.
So it in a way it was like kind of planned out.
Written. And I was just like, this is so good.
So good. I'm gonna have to do that.
Good.
You know what I did? You know what I did watch and then go back and watch the first episode of the Kardashians, because so we talk about the Kardashians at work a lot. So I watched the show. I've always been like a very, I don't want to say fan, but I've always like, that's some trash TV I could get into for some reason.
Same here. Like I'll watch it every once in a while.
So I watched the first episode of the Kardashians, which premiered in April?
I think so, yeah.
Or maybe it was last month. Anyway, so I watched it on Hulu, and Hulu automatically went to the next thing, which was season 1, episode 1 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And that was a mind trick. That was just like,
they're all so young and like everything blew up.
And the way the show was shot, and it was just, that's a wild trip. But no, I'm gonna have to do the thing with Stranger Things, because I thought about that first episode a lot when I was watching it.
Yeah, same. I also really kind of figured it out, but that's just me.
I did too.
Yeah. I figured the whole thing out.
Well, it was as soon as
spoilers ahead. Repeat spoilers ahead. Skip to 22:53 to avoid.
That character. It's hard to talk about it without spoiling things, but it's been out.
It's been out. I think we could spoil minor spoilers. So
when Jamie Campbell Bower finally showed up, because Jamie Campbell Bower is a name.
Yeah, and when I was like, Tori shows up, he's not just gonna be like hanging out at a psych ward.
Oh yeah, so like when he showed up, when it was not necessarily just when he showed up. And I'm just going to say spoilers to people who haven't watched Stranger Things yet. Just fast forward like 2 minutes, because that's just for safety purposes. Yeah. As soon as he showed up, I was like, that guy's Vecna. I bet he's Vecna.
I said Vecna, but I also, who I said first was, I said he was patient 1 first.
Oh yeah. I caught on when he started talking to her more.
Right. And then
when he started talking to her more, I'm like, oh, he's number 1, isn't he?
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, oh, he's Henry.
Because
they got the little boy to look almost the same as him.
That I didn't connect.
I connected that right away. And I was like, okay, it's that little boy. And then I was like, from that, I was like, oh my God, it's Vecna.
Yeah, they really like pulled that whole thing together.
Oh, it was so good.
And then so a lot of people are complaining that they split the season. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it. Especially with that last reveal. You're like, oh yeah,
it's a good gonna be reveal.
And then people are upset about how many different groups they split the cast into. And I'm okay with that too, because I liked all the storylines.
And it's all gonna come back together.
They're all gonna come together, and that's gonna be that moment, that Avengers Assemble moment.
Right. And I kind of like what they do, because they split it off with like unexpected pairings. So like Nancy and Robin, loved it.
Yeah.
And like Eddie and like Steve, because they both are trying to be Dustin's favorite older person. Like they both want to be his older friend. Yeah. And I'm like, this is adorable.
Yeah. And then so then they split off the older kids and the younger kids.
Yeah.
The adults, obviously, 11's kind of doing her own thing.
Yeah.
And then,
which kind of happened in last season as well. And then at the end, everything came together.
She wasn't really by herself in the last season. It was her and Max.
Oh,
are you thinking of season 2?
I'm thinking of season 2. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. And Max.
Oh, well, yeah. She's like
performance. Like,
yeah.
She deserves some award. Like, just give her the Emmy. Just give her the Emmy. Sadie Sink, man.
Yeah, I want her to have the Emmy, but then when after the break, we're going to talk about another thing with a character who I think deserves an Emmy.
Okay.
But yes, so good. That scene's episode 4.
Episode 4 with Running Up the Hill.
Yeah, so good. Her acting,
great use of the song.
Yeah,
the entire imagery.
Yeah.
Oh,
so best scene in the series. Best season. This
Yes,
best.
I fully believe it's right there with season 1, and I think it's even better than season 1.
I think it's better than season 1.
Yeah.
So the thing with season 1, I remember it coming out and everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's so scary!" Like, "Oh, it's the Demogorgons and all that stuff." And I watched it and I'm like, "This is great, but it's not scary."
It's not scary.
This season was scary, and I loved it.
There was Freddy Krueger vibes, and there was also Freddy Krueger in it.
Yes.
And I was like, because as it started this season, I was like, "Oh, this is like Freddy Krueger." And then he showed up and I was like, okay.
Hey, meta.
Hey.
Yeah. So good. All right, let's actually move on. I said we were gonna take a break, but I think we can get through this next one. Something else that we both watch, which is currently, are you caught up? Did you watch this week's episode?
Yes.
Okay, good. And that is Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus. So good. So good. I was so excited.
So good.
This was probably what I was most excited for this year. Was
and you know what? It was worth the hype.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's the best Star Wars show they've done.
Disney Plus said it had the best first day. The pilot was the most streamed pilot they had on any of their shows.
I will say this. I did not get a press link for Obi-Wan, so I knew it was going to be good.
Oh, that's how you know. That's how you know whenever you don't get to watch.
Yeah, when I don't get to watch it, I'm like, oh, okay, what are they hiding?
Stuff in this.
Something is big.
Which I didn't think they didn't necessarily need to hide. I liked the way. So if you'll notice from the trailer, all the trailer stuff is just from season or episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great. I like that because they made it seem exciting with the trailer, and that was, it wasn't even like the whole thing.
Yeah, it was just one episode.
And this is also going to be a spoiler stuff, so go ahead and skip ahead a few minutes.
Spoilers ahead. Repeat spoilers ahead.
Baby Leia. Like
baby
you think it's gonna like do this big focus on baby Luke.
Yeah,
and we say baby.
The trailer.
They're what, 10?
10, yeah.
They're 10-year-olds. Yeah, from the trailer. You get to see what you see in the trailer is what you see.
Yeah.
Little Luke. So far. And then they bring you in this the most adorable, sassy 10-year-old girl.
Perfect little Spitfire. Like,
oh my gosh. Yes.
Like she embodied it. Like this little girl.
So good.
So good.
I love how well she delivers everything. Her facial expressions,
they're so good.
She's so adorable.
Somehow does remind you of
Carrie Fisher
and kind of a young Natalie Portman. Like somehow it is. Yeah. It is blended, and I'm like,
I think they did that. I think they wrote it probably that way,
and it is,
and they did perfectly.
But it's the fact that she's so young and can pull it off.
Oh yeah.
Like
the little girl. That's who I want to have the Emmy.
Girl. That would be
between her and Sadie Sink can fight for it, but I think she should get it because I don't know what that would be.
So good.
What even category would that be?
It would probably be like supporting actress
in a limited series.
In a limited series, so they could actually both get it because she could get a limited series, and but I heard there was a green light for season 2. I don't know if that's true or not.
I heard that the cast wants to do a season 2.
Okay.
And I hope to God they do because it's so good.
Oh, I have to see how it ends because I want to see what they do with it. But like, and Ewan McGregor, like
Daddy.
For him to like come back to this and like just be like right on it, like he never left.
Yeah.
It is so good. And like, I can't wait to see more of Hayden Christensen.
I like what they did where he's having like the mirage.
Yes.
Where he sees that. I liked that they did that because I was like, what is like I get Hayden Christensen's in the Darth Vader suit. I mean, which is great for him, but anybody could be in right.
We needed to see him.
And even the one shot of him in the tank, like he's got full of prosthetics and stuff. And I'm like, it's not like he can like talk a whole lot with it off. Maybe he will at one point, but I like that he's like the mirage or whatever. I love that. I love it.
Good.
And I'm wondering, they're setting it up for Liam Neeson to make an appearance.
I think it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen.
I think some,
It has
because
to.
it's like, why are they it's the way they're setting it up, the fact that he keeps trying to contact him.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be like the season 2 thing.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
It's so good.
It's so good.
I love it so much. I
even love, like, he brought back like the beard twirl and everything. Like,
there's like one
so good.
the moment when they meet the last episode.
Yeah.
Where they meet that weird alien thing.
Oh, yeah. And that's Zach Braff, by the way.
It is Zach Braff, which Scrubs Hospital. Yes, and it's funny story about that is that, you know, Zach Braff is best friends with Donald Faison, who was his co-star on Scrubs, and Donald Faison's obsessed with Star Wars, like obsessed, and his dream would be to be on one of these shows, and Zach got a role. Which is great but I think he was supportive of him, but still. But anyways, when they meet that character, Obi-Wan just says, hello.
Yeah, but there's no there.
Missed opportunity.
You should have said there. Come on now.
We were but that waiting. Line's only for like I'm in a good, yeah. Not just that I'm trying to be cautious so that you don't turn us into the Empire, which you do anyways.
Right. I love also that he had like a painted Empire flag. It wasn't even a printed one.
Oh, right. Yeah. He's poor farmers can't afford it. They had to paint their Empire symbols. But yeah, the cast is great. The girl who plays, I don't know her name, but they keep calling her third sister.
Yeah, she's great.
I love it.
So good.
That's so interesting. They did. Obviously, they're setting those people eventually.
Don't you feel like she was like a student or something of his? It has to be some.
Were they the younglings? Were they the younglings that escaped?
I feel like she's the youngling that escaped. Yeah.
There was a group of them.
Yeah,
or
and
all
you don't
of them.
know if it could be all of them.
They're former Jedis because
that's what they.
I don't know. I liked it, but obviously all those characters are gonna die because they're not later in that. So,
but
spoiler for everyone.
Spoiler.
Okay, cool. So Obi-Wan. We do have one more thing to talk about. It's been a while. It's been out for a while.
It has been out for a while.
Haven't had a chance, and that is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Yes. It was great.
It should really be called Wanda Maximoff is awesome in the
How
multiverse.
Wanda got her groove back.
Wanda got her groove back. How Wanda tried to get her kids back.
Yeah. No, super great. It wasn't my favorite of the Marvel movies. It definitely wasn't like, it was no Spider-Man No Way Home, but it was still pretty good. It was a lot of like
me, it was up there though.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was up there for me. I think it was better than the first Doctor Strange, but it
wasn't absolutely
up there.
I've watched the Doctor Strange movie maybe twice since it has been out.
I've seen it. The new one or the old one?
The old one. The new one
once.
I have seen in the theater 3 times already.
I saw it once.
Yeah.
And then I might watch it again when it comes out on streaming.
Oh, I'm definitely watching it again when it comes out on streaming.
I liked it. I liked the surprises. So I think it had what everybody thought it was going to have.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't hear a whole lot of disappointment on like, oh, they didn't do this thing that we were all hoping would happen.
People keep saying there's like not a lot of multiverse, not a lot of madness. And I was like, well, okay.
There's plenty of multiverse.
There's plenty of multiverse. But
no, I think it's fine. I think that's just irrelevant.
They're using madness too literal. And I think it was really the descent into madness for Wanda.
Oh, that's what I did. That's what I thought.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody else is like, well, it's crazy, so it's madness. And I'm like, no, it's her descent into madness.
Well, they also talk about, the different Stranges, and they kind of some of them go mad.
Right. And it's all about the way that the dark hold, takes over the body and mind and creates this type of
I got
darkness.
that. Yeah.
And that's what I got right off the bat. And I was like, this is so good. And Elizabeth Olsen killed every scene.
So good.
So good.
That's an Oscar worthy point.
Honestly, yeah. Like
but I don't think it happened.
The Oscars won't do it because the Oscars, but she deserves it.
She deserves something. Well, she deserved WandaVision.
She deserved WandaVision too.
Who did she lose that to? She lost that to
Hacks.
That's what another. Well, okay. Speaking of Hacks. No, that was Limit. Oh, it was Kate Winslet then. I'm watching Hacks, by the way. I finished season 2. I forgot to mention that. It's really good. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. I doubt she's gonna get nominated, but she should. Especially that part where like she's standing there and she's like, "This was me being nice." I'm like,
oh yeah, this is me being reasonable. Reasonable.
That's it. And the way her like eye twitches.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Her like madness, like her like I haven't slept in 10,000 years and I'm going insane look was perfect.
I love it. It gave me Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman vibes.
Ooh, I love Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman.
Same.
Yeah, no, I really like too that they delivered on that missed opportunity in WandaVision with Reed Richards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Made up for that.
I have a friend.
Oh yeah.
She just annihilated everybody.
Oh, everybody was upset. Now they did it. That's proves the power of the internet, people. The power of the internet. If you make a meme, if you make a Photoshopped superhero that people like enough, it'll happen. Disney will make it happen.
Disney will say,
like Disney's good at that. Disney's really good at that because the same thing happened with Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because after Solo came out, people were like, "Oh, we need an Obi-Wan and call it KENOBI and all that stuff." It happened. So if you want a Star Wars or Marvel thing to happen, petition the internet and it'll happen.
Yeah. I mean, they do fan service in a really good way.
And the X-Men are officially part of the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
We got that throwaway. This movie made up for what WandaVision, which by the way was perfect in itself, but the disappointments of fan theories, this like
it made up
brought
for
those
it.
in. Yeah, because they were like,
I also think I can't remember during WandaVision if they didn't really have the rights to the X-Men or not. Did that happen?
No, because they did have rights because they own Fox.
Okay, I just couldn't remember.
That's why. The deal had gone through.
Okay,
so when people found out Evan Peters was going to be on it, they were like, "This is it," and then it wasn't. I mean, it was and wasn't. But now you can't get any more X-Men than Professor Xavier.
And I also heard that there was some type of deleted scene, it could be a rumor, where the Wanda that Scarlet Witch uses to dreamwalk in, she is Magneto's daughter in that universe.
See, what I was hoping would happen was when they're in that room with the chairs and Xavier just comes in, they had some empty chairs and I was really hoping we'd get some Wolverine in there, but I think another episode.
I think it's either going to be left because if I remember in the Illuminati, there was 2. I think one was Namor and the other one was they always wanted Black Panther to join. So I can see one of those 2 happening.
I don't think they're going to do Black Panther without.
Yeah.
I know they're making a new movie, but they're doing that in a different direction. So if anything, it'd be the sister.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, so yeah. I think we did it. I think we've, talked about everything that we set out to talk about.
And we will try to get this going again almost weekly.
We'll do our best.
We will do our best.
We do it based on our work schedules and we're busy ladies.
Yes. Busy girl bosses.
Just trying
to make it.
Yeah. So, I mean, a couple things to look forward to in the future. Elvis.
Yes.
Looking amazing.
Yes. It got a 12-minute standing O.
At Cannes.
Yep.
Nice. Miss Marvel.
Yes.
Coming out soon.
And I actually watched a couple of those episodes. Just can't
Miss
talk
Marvel?
about it yet.
Nice. Great. We'll have that review once it comes out. You can watch She-Hulk. I think I'm gonna pass on that one. But I said the same thing about Hawkeye and then I watched it and loved it. So we'll see. But anyways, until next time, guys, watch the things we recommend and then we'll talk about it. Also hit us up on Instagram and Twitter and go to our YouTube page, leave comments on what we should watch and we'll watch it and we'll talk about it. So, until next time, Colette, play the music.